Hello, my name's Mark Lawrence. I've been a dart player since school, so for quite a few years. I've played locally, got Super League, and then that led on to Yorkshire with my ability getting the averages what I needed. Then I became a PDC member about 4 years ago, and at that time and now the greatest player that ever picked a dart up is Mr. Phil Taylor. 2 years ago I got into the UK Open and actually faced Mr. Phil Taylor on stage and live on Sky, and at that moment that was the greatest moment of my darting career, and it still is. The moment I had a walk on and then I got onto the stage and suddenly the lightning struck, the noise of the lightning struck, and Mr. Phil Taylor walked onto his walk-on music. Yes, I've got to admit I was nervous, but filled with delight. The place was packed, and to this day that's the greatest game in my life. I did lose to him obviously, as you'll know, but it was him playing his best ever darts. So I actually played the man, the greatest ever player, playing his best darts. Yes, I lost to him, but anybody else in the world would have lost to him.
Commentators doing the late shift this evening in the commentary box, John Gwynn and Dave Lamb.
Yes, and John Lowe is getting a bit late for a man of his venerable years to be up. But here is Lawrence, and Lawrence is useful. He's a Yorkshireman, and he's been around, really knows this game of darts, John.
Yeah, Yorkshire camp. I'm going to find this typical John Lowe, who has had 2 victories. Very nearly got scrubbed for failing to turn up on time. Just about got there on time to ball 7 when he was an earlier victory against Steve Evans. On that,
It's now 92. Stay there, really.
should have gone for there we are. And now he wants double 18 here. Oh, nothing wrong with that, though, is there?
Well, that really wasn't. Could it possibly be witchcraft? Talking about a possibility here.
Great reply from Mark Lawrence. Bastion, especially now, he'll go 1 double top, I think. This will be a good leg, this, for the Yorkshireman, because Lowe, remember, had
Nearly 60 years old. Such charm and magic of this game. Low is in his grind. Grind people down to the
all these games of darts that have gone on the 8 board, still a few games left. 140. Focusing on this one at the moment, as you can see him.
264. If he can manage it to level it. Possibilities.
Probably needed that because Lowe wanted 56. Probably go 16 top, but he has been known to go 20.
The hard way tonight so far.
Mark, you're through to the next round. I'm not sure congratulations are in order because your opponent hasn't turned up. So what was the drill?
We had to wait there for a fixed length of time. He didn't turn up. He says, Mark, you've got it. I says, it's his first game at second round. Can't you give him a couple more minutes? So he agreed with me, give him a couple more minutes. And he's dragged me off. He says, you've won it. It feels like I've lost. I'm absolutely gutted for that lad.
Does anyone know where he was? I mean, he's just somewhere in the building, presumably.
I don't know where he is. I don't know the lad, but it's the lad who won News at World. So he is a thrower. Like, I'm on my game, but you don't want to win this way. You just do not want to win.
Dennis Priestley's practice partner putting out another big name, Mark Dubbridge, heading home.
Mark, well done. Steve Brown yesterday, Mark Dubbridge today. That's Bristol's best two darts players put out one after the other.
Well, it's tremendous, isn't it? I can't believe it, but yesterday were tough in one way than today. But I'm so chuffed, so chuffed.
Now, we know you practice with Dennis Priestley and you travel around with Dennis as well. He's won today. What price you two drawing together in the next round?
Well, if it'll be, it'll be. We've played once before and I've beat him. But hey, he's class, isn't he? Everybody knows he's class and he's everybody's favourite, but I still fancy my chance.
A couple of majors. He's got Mark Lawrence tonight. Let's hear from Lloydie.
Colin, on the face of it, Mark Lawrence is a good draw. Is it a good draw?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's not being disrespectful to Mark. You know, Raymond's still in, Phil's still in. You know, there's some top players still in. And not being disrespectful to Mark, he'd be quite happy getting me as well. So, I've just got to keep my head on, and I'm looking forward to the game.
You know what it takes to make a really good run at this championship. You've been to the last four before, so you know, do you get the feeling that you're in that kind of form again?
I am. Yeah, I feel very good. I feel very relaxed. I think the thing that's done me over the last couple of days, Rod, is I felt very, very nervous, and I think that's a good thing for me. No expectations, just come in here and do my thing. And like I say, I've been very nervous, but I've got through a couple of rounds, couple of tough rounds. So, and this is going to be no different. You know, we're in the last 16 of the UK Open. No game's easy, and you know, hopefully Mark's not up for it, and hopefully I am.
All the best.
Cheers, bro. Thank you.
Thanks, Lloydie. Good man. Mark, you've drawn Colin Lloyd as your next opponent. How does that grab you?
They're all tough, aren't they? They're all tough. He'll fancy his chances, won't he? I'm underdog. Pressure's on him still. I thought, well, I've took him close on other tournaments. He's always beat me, but I feel like today's my day.
As you say, all the pressure's on him, really, isn't it?
It's all on these top boys. I'm coming under the radar, but he has played me and he knows I can play. But today it's been going well, so hopefully I can maintain.
Please welcome Nitro Mark Lawrence, and it's George Colin
Down to the last 16 of the FA Cup of Darts here at the Reebok Stadium. Interesting what's going on board number 2. Mark Lawrence broken Colin Lloyd in the 5th leg. He leads 3-2. Lloyd impressive in this tournament so far.
And he gets it, Mark Lawrence. What a great night for him. The night of his darting life, through to the quarterfinals. The man who travels and practices with
4 years of age, putting out the former world #1. Colin Lloyd, very, very disappointed. Let's hear from Lawrence.
You call this competition the FA Cup of Darts. There's a bit of a fairy tale in the making here, isn't there?
It's amazing. I'm on a cloud 9, aren't I? It's amazing.
And you come back tomorrow. Now, who do you fancy in the quarterfinals?
I want Dennis, don't I? I want Dennis, my mate. But any on him. But just let it keep continuing.
Well done, Mark.
Thank you very much.
Mark Lawrence is living the darting dream, the Yorkshireman, the surprise package in the last 8. He faces the Grandmaster, Phil Taylor. Will he be celebrating? Mark Lawrence, a lorry driver, against Phil Taylor. I mean, it's what this competition's all about, isn't it?
That's my fault, Mark's here.
Go on.
I think I was 5-1 up against Mark in a final, a board final in one of the regionals, and he come back and beat me 6-5. And I couldn't do anything. I just couldn't do anything, and that's as far as I went in this actual tournament for the qualifiers. It was a board.
Gentlemen, would you please welcome Nitro Mark Lawrence! gentlemen, from Stoke-on-Trent, he is the 14-time champion of the world, Phil the Power Taylor.
What a story this is. The greatest player there's ever been against that man, Nitro. The reason he's called Nitro, by the way, he spilt liquid nitrogen on his arm. Minus 276 degrees. It burnt his arm. He's a lorry driver from West Yorkshire. And Rod, he's got the right attitude. He says he's just going to enjoy the moment.
Well, I think you've got to, Dave. You're playing the best player that's ever lived. You know, we've all played Phil Taylor at the top of his game. And even if you're absolutely on fire, you have a struggle to beat him. So he's right. He's just going to go up there, enjoy it. You know, he ain't going to get many of these occasions. So he's got to remember it, enjoy it, you know, and just soak up the atmosphere.
And they want him to, at his firm, to go and pick his lorry up at 4:15 in the morning. He won't be doing that if he goes on to win this title, will he?
Can you imagine turning up a half hour later? They go, "Where have you been?" He said, "Well, I had to play Phil Taylor on TV last night."
Just a small
and
matter
they go,
of game.
"Yeah, some excuse."